back to Kickturn Party.
Welcome back to Kickturn Party.
Here we are again. We're bringing you some good skate history tonight. We're going to be showing you some crazy skateboard tools, and then we're going to have some 70s skate park videos too. So tonight's like a 70s episode.
Heck yeah!
So we're going to go from there with it. So let's take a look at these crazy skate tools that JD's got.
The evolution of the skateboard tool, probably is what we need to call it. You know, you start out with just your typical 50s and 60s tool for your wheels, your bolts, and your trucks.
So would that be like a roller skate tool?
Roller skate tool, yeah.
Right,
but they just innovated it into a skateboard because roller skate.
Stick it right there in the center there, Joey.
Right, on our mark. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they took it to roller skates, put that on a piece of board, and made a skateboard.
Right. So this one would be like for your axle nuts,
right?
And this would be for your like your kingpin.
For your kingpin, yeah,
in that area.
So that's when you had to have the screwdriver. You know, basically when the elephant wrench come out, you had the built-in screwdriver.
The elephant wrench, which is probably what most of us had
in
the 80s.
Yeah, I've still got several of these, quite a few.
So basically you went from that one to kind of a more fancy one that had all the different sizes and offsets for God knows whatever.
Yeah, let's take a look. This looks it's kind of crazy looking. It looks like a shark or something.
It looks like one of those
a dog.
It looks like one of those ninja stars you buy.
This is recessed, so you can.
That's your king. That's for your wheel. That's for your wheel.
That looks like
there's
your
kingpin.
There's your kingpin.
Yep.
I don't know what the heck all these are for.
Different.
And you know, how are you going to use this without another piece?
And how are you going to use the screwdriver end on it without the wrench?
Exactly. This is a crazy thing. I'm sure somebody made a whole bunch of money off this because they're still making them to this day.
You know,
maybe not.
Then they basically did about the same thing with this one, just all different sizes.
It's just a little bit more compact.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't have the curve on it for your wheels.
So basically, when we got to what? Mid 70s, we came off the elephant wrench, 74, 5, 6. You know, you got your wheel, you know, your truck. Of course, it's back when you had to have the bolt and the screwdriver to tighten your trucks on the bottom. You had the nut instead of the nut being on the top. It was underneath the truck.
That's right. No, screwdriver on top.
Once
again, how are you gonna screw this thing at the same time?
You got to have two of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have two.
Like I said, they're still making them to this day, and this part right here is not used. This is still a holdover. I guess you could open a beer with it or something.
Well, because skateboard sizes and down to the bearing is. Skateboarding industry just adopted what already existed and used. That's why we've got a 1/2 inch and a 9/16 for the truck. It's pretty standard across any industry. Right. It's the easiest nut and bolt to put together.
Exactly.
And same with the size of a skateboard bearing is the size that it is because they existed.
Okay. After the elephant wrench probably went away in the mid 80s, we decided that we were going to have some different kind of tools, which basically started with street skating and everybody ripping their axle threads to pieces.
They were riding those little tiny wheels, and the axles stuck out past the nuts on the end. And so when they were doing those flippy tricks, all their axles would get burred up.
So then that's when they decided they was going to put a rethreader in them. So and then here's another version that's got a rethreader and got a bearing set in it. So
this one, who makes this one? Is this a Schmidt?
That's a pig.
That's a pig, and look, it's got a place there where you would put your Allen wrench.
It had a Phillips head, a flathead, and an Allen.
Yeah.
And then this one's got the 3/8 on it as well as this one does. But that was something that the keys never had. You never had your mounting hardware.
Yeah, this is a little bit more modern. I'm not sure. There was also an Allen key that went here.
Probably
back when I was still working for Pluto.
90s.
Yeah. Oh wow! So it's original.
Yeah, it's a vintage original.
Heck yeah!
So this is a little discussion we've had about tools. I'm sure there's lots of other tools out there that people use all the time for skateboards. I've used a hammer.
I know a lot of tools. Trying to do it on television.
So, anyways.
So what do we got in?
What do we got next?
In JD's Collector's Corner, we've talked about elephant wrenches.
Well, we talked a little bit about elephant wrenches.
That's all we're going to do?
No. Well, he's got some more stuff.
Let's watch a video.
We've got some videos lined up. Okay.
So what do you got lined up for us today, Jay? What kind of videos
we've got some 70s skate park videos. Like I said, this is kind of a 70s episode. We've been showing some tools from the 70s. So we've got some Rivergate, Huntsville, Maryville. Why don't we watch that Rivergate one?
Heck yeah.
All right. On Rivergate.
And this is a skate park that was just outside of Nashville a long time ago.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than it is. It was very, very kinky. That's Wendell Elrod, Ray Underhill, and myself.
Oh yeah.
This was a little tiny wall. I think this was all 8mm footage that Ray shot.
Doing flyouts. Look at that.
Yeah, this was that was our favorite part up there at the top where that little half pipe is. The other part was a little sketchy.
Ray, yeah.
This one was our other big one. It was called the Slalom Run.
So he became a big time pro for PAL. If anybody doesn't know who Ray Underhill is, you should.
Yeah, he grew up. He went and became one of the Bonus Brigade and was ripping hard. There he is again. Actually, he's riding an Alva board, but shh.
Well, this is back in 78, 79.
Yeah, he went and became a member of the Bonus Brigade and then wound up with a disease, and he's gone now. Unfortunately he's gone now, and rest in peace, Ray. They've started a foundation in his name, which raises money for kids that have cancer, which is a really great thing. They're having a big to do this weekend, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, over in North Carolina.
Cool.
I wish I could have made it.
This is some really rad footage you've got here, Chad.
Yeah.
This Rivergate stuff is all right. Look at that.
Now, who's that?
That was Wendell Elrod. I think that's Newt Moore. That's Ray. I think there's only like 4 of us on here.
Tailstall.
Yeah. I'm not sure who that is.
That does look awful kinky, but it looks fun though.
That's Ray. It was about the same kinkiness as
Wendell.
the bowl at Maryville.
Oh, okay.
That crazy nasty bowl at Maryville.
Man,
get some.
So how long was this? How long was this open?
This was open only for about a year and a half, 2 years. And then we used to sneak in a lot. I actually had my first encounter with the law in this particular place. I got a trespassing ticket.
Really?
It had been closed. Yes.
What did your parents have to say about that, Mr. Cowboy?
They had to call the cops and apologize.
For your stupidity?
Yes.
Newt Moore with the pogo. Look at that. Man, you guys were ripping back then.
Look at that, yeah.
We were having a good time. The funny thing about that wall right there is there was no deck or anything. That wall was about 4 inches thick, and it was a 4-foot drop-off on the other side.
Here's our host, Jay.
Oh, he got the half shirt on?
Yeah. Or the half shirt.
Way back.
And just so our viewers know, we will be sporting more half shirts in the next couple of videos as well. Just to let you know.
Look at that, man.
And here we are doing a little freestyle, because, that's what you did.
Had to do freestyle slide.
Oh, look, you see
that
that
kickflip?
Yeah.
That was a
There
kickflip.
you go, kids.
That's a real kick.
So, there you have it. That's what we were doing when we were,
Jay.
all these kids hanging out down at the skate park now. They're doing the same thing we were. They're just down there. They're hanging out. They're having a good time. They're skating.
Loving
loving every minute of it.
Awesome. That was a really good video.
Bring out some more 70s video here in a little bit and show you guys some more stuff. We're going to go to Maryville. We're going to take a little break and we'll come back.
Cool.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. All right. We'll pass out in the flat. All right. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna go. We're dedicated to beers, smoke, and roll. Backside slasher. Backside